Hi, my name is Mike Morrison from Rapid BI and welcome to this year's CIPD Learning and Development Show. I've just come out of the first session, which is session A2, Driving Change and Customer Benefit Through Strategic Learning and Development. The session was kicked off by Ruth Stewart, who's a researcher at the CIPD, and shared some of the learning that's come out of recent surveys. And what scared me really and was quite worrying was the fact that less than 7% of employers actually measure the effectiveness of any L&D activity. This is something that's got to change if we want to be taken seriously. Second part of the presentation was by Robert Ashcroft. Robert Ashcroft is a senior learning manager at Santander. He went through the story and the change of the mergers of various banks and building societies into what Santander is today. He took us through the learning journey, how indeed his team of original learning designers was bigger 10 years ago than the whole learning and development team is now. That most learning and development, where it's done face-to-face, is done by external providers, but their learning team acts as consultants internally, and they look to build on what it is that they can do to add value to the business. They use a lot of technology, but that technology is not necessarily what you and I may think as traditional learning and development things. They don't go big time on things like learning management systems. They rely on quick videos, they rely on the tools that they have. For example, rather than invest millions on a learning management system that people don't use, in the merged organisation they were using SharePoint and other factors. They also use things like old-fashioned pen and paper workbooks to get people engaged. As time goes on, one of the things that they discovered in particular was that the biggest competitor to learning and development internally, because yes folks, we've got to start looking at who our competitors are things like the BBC, Netflix, Google and other online providers, because like it or not, our customers, our employees, our learners are comparing us to what they can find in the big outside world. They're not limited by bandwidth on internal networks. They can pick up their phone, pick up their tablet, and they can do learning wherever they want to. So a fascinating insight, and there'll be some more up on the blog. So follow the Twitter, hashtag CIPDLD show, and there'll be more up on the Rapid BI blog shortly. Thanks for watching.